All right, you guys. It is March 8th, 2019. I just woke up. Last night, we got the news last night, but I want to go over it again with you guys. I want y'all to listen to me while I watch this clip. Let's watch this.
So David Irving is no longer playing with the Cowboys. Last week, he was suspended indefinitely for violating the drug policy.
So we're asking this morning, do you think the NFL's marijuana policy is too strict? It's among the strictest of all professional sports. You can go to our WFAA app and click on the Vote Now tile to let us know how you feel. Hannah Davis is here, and a bit of a shock factor to how Irving told his fans that he was quitting, and we're wondering how people are reacting.
Yeah, I think there's two layers to the story. Number one is the announcement, but also this is sparking a larger debate about marijuana, drug testing, painkillers, and the NFL's policy. This all started with that Instagram Live video that aired last night. Now, the defensive lineman has had a history with marijuana. He was walking around his house saying hi to his viewers at first, but about a minute in, he got right to the point. Irving, who was suspended from the league indefinitely for violating the NFL's drug policy earlier this month, said he's leaving the league altogether, in part because of his stance on marijuana. While holding a joint, he told followers he suffered multiple concussions, crashed cars because of it, and did not want to take the painkillers and opioids he says the league pumps players with. Take a listen.
As you all know, I voiced my opinion about this medicine right here. And I mean, we got this opioid thing going on, and I'm prescribed all that. I just think it's that, we got to deal with that policy.
We had to do a lot of bleeping this morning. Irving has been with the Cowboys since 2015. He's been effective when on the field, but has spent quite a bit of time off the field because of drug violations. He started each of his last two seasons with 4-game drug suspensions, and just last Friday was suspended a third time for violating the substance abuse.
Okay, that's enough of that. You guys, y'all know how I feel about David Irving. If you've seen my rant videos on him, you already know what I'm about to say. You already know what I'm going to say. But you know what? I have to admit this. What David Irving said, everything David Irving said in his little video last night, was correct. Listen. The NFL does pump players with painkillers, opioids, and all that other shit. Those things are extremely addictive, and those things are far worse than marijuana. Much worse. You guys, I have to state facts. And when it comes to the facts, marijuana is less dangerous than alcohol. It's less dangerous than opioids, painkillers. It's less dangerous than a lot of drugs. It should be legal. David Irving, in this little short clip, he was absolutely right. Absolutely right. There is a double standard in this country regarding marijuana, we don't want you to do marijuana, but we want to pump you up with opioids, painkillers, and all this other shit. Smoking weed is like fucked up. Smoking weed, is fucked up, to the NFL that, like, you can't do it, it's illegal, you can't do it, but you can drink alcohol, and you can cause and create much more damage with alcohol than you can with marijuana. Let's get that out of the way. The absolute truth, everything David Irving said in that little clip was true. Everything. Marijuana should be legal. Marijuana should be taken in favor of painkillers, opioids, and all that other shit. It's much better than that. Marijuana is from the earth. Marijuana is a natural stress reliever. Marijuana is a natural pain reliever. It doesn't make any sense why it should be legal. It doesn't make any sense why it's illegal. But I will say this though. Marijuana, you can become dependent on it. It can hamper your performance. If you do it recreationally, marijuana can hold you back It can, you need to, as a man, especially a black man, you have to be focused at all times. Majority of the time. The only time you should really kick back is when you're in the comfort of your own home or you're with trusted family or friends. That's the only time. But 98 to 99% of the time, you need to be focused. This is to all men, especially black men, but to all men. You need to be focused. You need to have clarity of the mind. Marijuana robs you of the clarity of your mind. If you're doing marijuana to help with your pain, that's fine. But I suspect David Irving is using it a lot more than he's using it for more reasons than just pain. I think David Irving is suffering from mental illness. I think he's suffering from addiction, and he's just using, which were great points. He's just using those great points to hide the fact that he's just dependent on marijuana, and he's using it to run away from his reality. I don't think he has the mental strength or mental fortitude to face his reality head on. Because at the end of the day, I understand that marijuana should be legal. I get it. I understand it's the best pain reliever. It's better than opioids. It's better than painkillers. But at the end of the day, you are playing in a league that has rules. Listen, I have to do things that I don't want to do every single fucking day. I am a man. I am a married man. I have to do things that I don't want to do. I have to go to a job that I don't like to support my household. I have to do things I am the average man. Okay, you men, you understand where I'm coming from. We have to do things that we don't like every single fucking day. This goes back to my last video. David Irving is an entitled idiot. Just because you make great points about marijuana, just because you're right about it, does not mean that you can use that as an excuse to break the rules. There are rules to this. There are rules to life. You just can't do what you want to do. And I know people are going to call me a slave. I'm inside the matrix or whatever. Listen, I am in reality. Okay? Me being entitled is like, this is me. This is an example of me being entitled. Me going to a sundown town and fucking, Western Idaho. Now, my entitled ass is going to say, I should be able to go wherever I want, whenever I want, no matter what time of day it is. That's me. But reality is, there are people out there who don't like me, who don't want to see me after sundown. And there is nothing I can do about it. So instead of being entitled and going out there and doing it anyway and possibly getting killed, I avoid that situation entirely. That's what David Irving should do. Listen, David Irving, you are right. But you are still an fucking entitled idiot. Because you are not above the rules, man. You are playing in a league. It is a privilege. It is a privilege to play in the NFL. You guys, if I was 6'3", 6'4", if I was naturally explosive, if I had more weight on me, I would be in the NFL. But I wasn't given those gifts by God. God blessed me in other ways. David Irving was given that gift that most people will not receive, that most people won't get. And he squanders it because he wants to stand up for marijuana rights in the NFL. I tell every man this, especially black men, you need to focus on yourself, focus on your family, and make your money. Do not do anything that will hamper your money. It's hard out here. Money means everything. At the end of the day, money means everything. You need to survive. You can't survive without money. You can't buy the weed that you're smoking without money. You guys, I'm just being a realist. You have to get your head out of the clouds. You have to be grounded and understand that there are rules that we have to abide by. There are things that we have to do, things that we don't want to do. We have to. But as a man, you just got to chuck it up and just do your job. Do what you got to do to survive out here. It makes no sense whatsoever, David Irving, that you would be willing to throw everything away just to stand up for marijuana rights. And I can see through your little facade. You were just using, you made great points, but you were just using that to cover up your dependency, your inability to face reality. Because that's what weed does. It removes you from this reality. It's an escape. That's what it is. It's an escape, like alcohol. It's a fucking escape. In the NFL, you need to be focused. Because the next man over there on the opposing squad is trying to rip your fucking head off. While he's trying to do that, the man behind you on your own team is trying to, I'm not going to say he's going to stab you in the back, but he's doing everything he can to take playing time away from you so he can get on the field and display what he has. You need to be focused at all times. You cannot be lifted off your feet into the clouds when you're playing in a league like this. When you're just a man in general, you can't. You have to be focused, man. So yes, indeed, you made great points, and I agree with them. But at the end of the day, we have to do things that we don't want to do. You have to take responsibility for your actions, and you can't always look for people to bail you out. Take responsibility. Be a man. Grow up. Not everything is going to go your way. All right, you guys. I'm about to head out. That's just my thoughts on the whole issue. Fucking pathetic. All right, you guys. Peace.